What's up, Lake of the Ozarks? It's time for another LOZ featured doc series. I'm William Holtz with Lake TV, and you probably noticed the shirt, the Lucky Duck. I got a story for you. Get ready. It's Chris and Carrie Wilson and their incredible doc with the Lucky Duck. Docks, boats, the lake life, your mind must be racing. Whether it's a listing for sale now, a custom build here in the villages at Shawnee Bend, or a condo at the iconic Topsider, I'm your guy. But first, another LOZ featured doc on Lake TV. As promised, my man Chris Wilson, we're chilling here on the dock. I see you got Carrie and some friends over there, but before we get into the dock, I want people to hear Chris Wilson's story coming to Lake of the Ozarks. Like, how did we get to this point in time?
Kind of started when we lived in Minnesota and we saw the famous Backwater Jack's party. So we took a look at it and I said, hey to Carrie, I go, I don't know where that is, but I want to go. And then I got transferred to Kansas City in 21 and we rented a house that summer and we got hooked. And then we bought a condominium over in Four Seasons and realized that we really missed our kind of own opportunity to have our own home. And we spent a lot of time on friends' docks. And I decided that, hey, it was time for us to find our own possible dock and house. And, you know, and that came true in November of 23.
That's awesome. So, hey, before we move any further, you said you got transferred to Kansas City. What does that mean?
So, you know, in my business, you know...
Which is?
Automobiles.
Okay, okay.
So, got an opportunity to work for a company down in Kansas City. We're based out of Dallas. And so just thought it was a phenomenal opportunity. And Carrie, my wife, is originally from Fort Scott, Kansas, and spent some time growing up in Springfield. So it was an easy migration. We had quite a few friends in Kansas City. And so we decided this was a good place to call home.
Now, once you get here, the rest is history, as your story alludes to. So the dock, I see here, this is one that I guess came with the house, and you've kind of changed. So walk me through your guys' dock.
Well, first of all, we were really lucky that we found this cove, we found the house, and we just are blessed with some of the best neighbors. You know, the dock was in really good shape, and we decided to kind of run it through first season. And then as we got into the next season, we decided to change it and expand it. And then, of course, we did an addition with a different boat. And so we had AAA Dock come in here and do some modifications this past winter and try to make it our own little living area and living room. I call it a cozy dock. It's not one of these grand docks with big high ceilings and wonderful attributes, but we really like it as a family. One of the favorite features that we like about this dock is really our furniture. You know, Jesse and Lexi Witt with Lake Life Furniture. We bought all of this Lifetime furniture and we absolutely love it. And it gives us the opportunity to have this social setting. And then of course, you know, the reality of it is we got a beautiful little dock bar and we've got a good storage shed. And so we love hanging out here and having drinks out there, sitting in the lounge chairs as well as we watch the sunset.
So now four plus seasons, and now that you guys are officially Lake of the Ozarks residents and you've got your own lake paradise, do you think it was the right move?
Yeah, no question. I mean, this is the greatest lake on the planet. There's so many things to do. You know, I mean, there's so many water sports. You know, we're not wakeboarders or jet skiers or water skiers, but we know there's just an amazing amount of people that do that. And there's great coves to do that. You know, the bars and the restaurants that flank all of these different areas on the lake give you so much opportunity to spend some social time. And then, of course, we love coving out on the big boat and just kind of hanging out in some of these great coves and just swimming around. But we just absolutely love this lake.
You know, the lake is got so many things. You talked about the different sports and, you know, the properties, like in developments you see being built now. It's so much different than 10 years ago, or even when you guys started coming 4 years ago. How about the boats you're starting to see on Lake of the Ozarks?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, the number of new builds and really infill construction and some of the things that we see with some of the resorts that are coming, et cetera, has just been incredible. And then also with that, and the influx of people from various states, not just necessarily the Midwest, right, brings a lot of wealth. And so you're seeing a lot of different boats. I think this season in particular, we've seen more cruisers on the lake than we ever have. And I know for a lot of original Lakers, they don't really tend to like to see that. But the reality of it is change is tough for anybody. But it's really great to see all these different boats. And obviously the evolution of the fast boat, the cats, the cigarette boats, all the different models out there. But, you know, hey, you can still have a pontoon, you can still have a wakeboard boat, and you can still have a great time here.
That's right, and that's a little teaser as far as what's next. I don't know if you recognize the logo on his hat, but that's a Mystic hat. Will loves the fast boats, and you've got a couple of awesome ones in particular. You've got a Mystic, so let's head over and talk about those boats.
Don't go anywhere. Next on our LOZ featured doc series. After this.
Introducing the 19 at Lake of the Ozarks, a refined sanctuary of exclusivity. This elegant retreat offers a premier marina, sophisticated dining, and tailored recreation alongside luxurious residences. Where vision meets prestige, the 19 is the lake's finest treasure, arriving soon for the discerning few. Nothing is more important for a boat than the dock it calls home. For the dock of your dreams that provides safety for your boat and comfort for you and your family, there's no choice better than DockWorks. With over 30 years of combined experience in dock construction and design, your DockWorks dock will be a custom fit to your needs and desires. New construction, additions, and repairs to buoys, swim stairs, and ramps, nobody knows how to build on this lake like DockWorks. DockWorks, because at the lake, your home doesn't stop at the shoreline. Your time at Lake of the Ozarks is limited, and AquaPest Solutions understands that. Let us worry about those pests so you can spend your time out on the water. AquaPest Solutions uses our proprietary blend of essential oils and relies on the best crew and equipment on the lake today, ready to arrive by boat or truck. Locally owned and operated AquaPest Solutions. Call today and get your quote tomorrow so we can get rid of what's bugging you.
So just a little fun, who ended up winning the paddleboard race?
No question, Steve won. He's far more athletic than I am.
I heard there's a protest of the results because one of the paddleboards only had one fin.
That's true. I'm going to appeal to the board. So hopefully my wife is the only board member.
I hope so. We had a little fun, but tell me what we're working here. I see the Sundancer 370. What's that boat got in it?
Yeah, so that's a 2014 Sundancer 370 that we got from our friends at Marine Max. And we absolutely love this boat. I mean, it's a great cove out boat, and I know so many viewers and people at the lake have cruisers. But hey, you know what? We named it It's a Vibe, and that's something that we like to have, which we always want to go on the boat and have a good time. But yeah, it's just our day boat. You know, we go out there and cove out in some of these famous coves here and enjoy a little bit of float and a little bit of cocktail and a little bit of music.
You can sleep in that boat, right?
Yeah, you can sleep in it. There's a queen bed in the front, but we use it as an extra bedroom here, quite frankly, which is nice. So the kids love it. When they come down here with their college friends, they just crash on it.
Now the one over here, this looks a little more fun. This looks a little more fast. And there's some history behind this Mystic, so tell me about this, Chris.
Yeah, so this is a Mystic C3800, and this is actually hole number 1. Lake legend, racer, and Hall of Famer Slug Hefner actually built this boat. So John Koster, the founder and owner of Mystic Powerboats out of DeLand, Florida, Slug contacted him and said, hey, I want you to build me a pleasure cat. And this was back in 2018, and cats were starting to become very popular, and Mystic Powerboats had not jumped on that bandwagon yet. You know, John Koster was a little bit kind of, I'm not sure how I can do that because we've just built some inboards, etc. But then the story goes that John figured out a way to take the 44, kind of wedge the back and bolt some outboards on it and create a kind of a unique lounge, which is signature to the Mystic Cat. And then all of a sudden, here you got hull number 1 for the C3800. And now the boats that are out there today for Mystic Power boats are called C4000s, but they still have the same characteristics with the same unique lounge in the back. So it's one of those boats when you ride around the lake, everybody kind of goes, what is that boat? That's kind of different. And then of course, I get the honor to be able to have the ownership of hull number 1. I had the honor of actually making the phone call before Slug got in the Hall of Fame with Leah Martin, the executive director of the Shootout, to tell him that he was going to be inducted. And I said, hey, by the way, Mr. Hefner, I just want to let you know that I did buy your original pleasure cat, you know, that was Dirty Duck. And I go, would you be okay if I named it the Lucky Duck? And he thought that was hilarious. And so he actually helped me get the exact font, colors, letters, and duck. And then I had that created. So yeah, I'm the lucky guy, so it's called the Lucky Duck.
Man, the Lucky Duck, from one lucky guy to another. What are the chances that we can get out and take a spin on the Lucky Duck?
Absolutely, we'll definitely hit it out there.
Let's do it, baby.
Don't go anywhere. Next on our LOZ featured doc series. After this.
Polylift boat lifts. In 1975, Gerald Ford was president, gas was 53 cents a gallon, and Saturday Night Live debuted. It's also the year Polylift boat lifts was born. 50 years later, Polylift is still the best boat lift you can own. Trust Polylift, built with quality and integrity for 50 years. Remember, for the last 50 years and the next 50 to come, you know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Poly lifts.
As you dream of your lake life, I invite you to dream bigger. Topsider Condos, the coolest place to live at the lake.
So what do you think? Your dream of living in luxury at Lake of the Ozarks could be but one phone call away. I wouldn't wait. Topsider.
Now I'm the Lucky Duck. What a ride, Chris. Thanks, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I enjoyed every bit of that.
What a day from the dock. You guys sure know how to have fun.
Well, we appreciate it. I mean, we try to, you know. I think it's just a collaboration of having great people around you. And then we always like to have a good time. And we're just blessed to have the right place, the right dock, and some of the right toys.
Well, man, thanks for sharing. For Carrie, your wonderful wife, your friends. That's Chris Wilson with the Lucky Duck, and that's gonna do it for this edition of the LOZ Featured Doc Series. Until next time, my friends, thanks for watching.